Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, the wonderful Richard Vobes, of course, and the lovely Julia, who is in a remote location. Let's just see if the lovely Julia is there. Hello, the lovely Julia. I have to put my headphones on so I can hear you. Hello, Julia.
Hello, the lovely Richard and the lovely audience.
Oh, it's lovely to see you out there in Hatland. Not Matterland, but Hatland. How are you, lovely Julia?
We've got Feather Cat Hatland.
Ah, it's very nice. Very nice. It's another week. It's another Monday. It's another show, the 18th of January 2021. It's very nice to have everybody out there. Julia, can you see... Oh, I didn't send you the feed, but can you see who's there?
I've got the feed here.
All right, lovely. So who have we got out there watching the show?
We have the lovely Ernie Samat, the lovely Donna's Kark Dorna. Sorry. We have the lovely Anna Jones, not to be confused with Aled. The lovely Ed Loud, the lovely Linda Kane, the lovely Billabong O'Neill, the lovely Glyn Horton, the lovely Vincent Quill, the lovely Nootka Seaglass, the lovely Paul Smith, the lovely Station Master's Choice, the lovely The Green Man, the lovely Kerry Baldwin, the lovely Peter Coombs, the lovely Dave Over Yonder, the lovely Roy Ballinger, the lovely Paul Rampton, the lovely Ron Langley, the lovely Rasputin of Artington, the lovely Michael Thornley, the lovely Mark Burgess, the lovely Mother Nature, the lovely Tall Podge Rog, the lovely Kate Evans, the lovely Andrew Norris, the lovely Lance Frog in a Box, the lovely Clive Waterfall, the lovely Michael White, the lovely Eastbourne Couple, the lovely At Home with Mindy, the lovely Ian Dance, the lovely Robert Brailsford, my chat thing skipped. The lovely Alan Sandel, the lovely... Who else have we got that I haven't seen? Laura Riddle, the lovely... Did I say Kerry Baldwin? We'll say her again. Who else have we got? Anyone else? Anyone else quickly before I round up? The lovely Ford Nutt, the lovely Tracy Murphy, the lovely Jeffrey Harrison, the lovely John B, the lovely... That's all we have for now, I suppose.
That's enough. That's loads, isn't it? It's lovely to have everybody here. Thank you so much. What do you mean, oh crikey?
We've got 115 watching, so
150.
It's kind of a good thing they don't all comment.
Yeah, I guess.
Be here all hour long.
Absolutely. And for those of you who are sitting back and enjoying the show just on a big smart TV, and we haven't mentioned your name, big hello to you as well, because we don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So we have 5 videos to show in today's show, and we have 5 videos. Thanks. I just take these off for a moment. And also we have a stack load of art. So that's going to be very exciting on the show today. So, first of all, Julia, how have you been spending your weekend since we saw you on Friday? What have you been up to in lockdown with all the opportunity of 4 walls to keep you entertained? And lots of rain. It was raining. Wasn't it raining over the weekend as well? One of the days?
It was a bit,
Yeah.
but I did manage to get out both days.
Oh, well
so,
done.
Yeah, just for a short while. Just
What did you do? Ice skating, cinema, a picnic in the Hyde Park corner? Did you go over to France? Because I know you go to Paris quite a lot. And in your private jet, because you live quite close to the airport there, so I know that you can just whiz over to these exotic places. You've got an island somewhere, haven't you?
I'm not sure Lancing Airport goes there, to Paris or anywhere but the UK, to be honest.
It might do. It might go over to France because it's only
Not
20
commercial flights for sure.
No, not commercial flights, but you've got a private jet or a helicopter or something, haven't you? I know you've got a remote control car. I know that much.
Yeah,
Well,
I've also somewhere in this house got a remote control helicopter. It's about this big.
Oh, right.
Yeah, very fun.
There you are. You might be able to get Joe attached to it, although he's growing very rapidly.
He is. I think he outgrew that after a week.
Is he using words now? Is he speaking?
No, although today I popped over to the lagoon with the 2 boys for a little bit, and as we approached, Joe saw the swans, and he goes, "Duck!" I was like, "Oh, did you just say duck?"
I'm glad you clarified that he said duck, not anything else beginning with a different letter of the alphabet.
No.
That might have a...
Get the D out. But it wasn't an F, it was a G sound.
G sound. It wasn't like Mum was squeezing him too tight or anything like that. So what did you say when he saw swans, he said duck?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The kids these days, they just can't identify the difference between one species of bird and another. It's an outrage. And how old is he now?
17 months.
Yeah, you see, you just can't get them. It's probably because they don't go to school. It's probably what it is. Anyway, it's lovely to be out on the show doing bits and pieces. Of course, I went out and made some videos and things. I've got a video for tomorrow, which is a continuation of my story, which actually you've already seen because I send it to you in advance so that, you can check it, really, to tell me if there's anything wrong. Not that you know my story, but I send you the videos in advance, that you can have a nosy. But sometimes, but sometimes what happens is when you work with the video all the time, you very often overlook things. So it's always good to have somebody else just cast a critical eye, even if it's just to say, "Oh, the sound dropped out there. Didn't you know it?" And you go, "Oh, yes, I meant to do something about that," but often one doesn't. Yeah. So that's all good. Julia is the proofreader, says John B. Exactly. That is the process.
Proof viewer.
Oh, proof viewer. Yes.
Oh, no, he says reader,
yes.
but I'm elaborating on that.
Absolutely. Which airport says Henry's Adventures? Shoreham. Yes. Shoreham is near you, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, where was it?
Or is it Brighton and Hove Airport? Is that what they call it now?
Station Master's Choice said, "Is that Lancing Airport, aka Shoreham Airport, aka Brighton City Airport?" It's Lancing Airport. It's on the Lancing side of the Ada. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, that's the one.
Absolutely. And it's very nice, actually, because we've walked up round there, haven't we? Many times. Done a video up round there one time. And you see the helicopters sitting there. I think the police take off from there, don't they? The police have got a helicopter there.
I believe so, and reporters and things like that.
Yeah. And yeah. So it's quite nice. And
Actually,
yeah.
if anyone who's into and knows a lot about airports and things, there's this noise that comes from the airport whenever they're, it's pretty much daily, but it's like, woo, woo. What is that? Is that to scare the birds off or what?
We saw that, didn't we? And we went to investigate one time.
Yes,
and it was a truck going around making that funny noise.
Yeah. I just wondered if anyone knew the actual specific reason why.
Yeah, I would be fascinated to know. I mean, I assume it must be like some sort of scare, get the birds off the runway. Although surely, when they hear an aircraft coming, they fly anyway. I mean, but they can do a lot of damage, can't they? Birds in the propellers, and especially on jets if they get swallowed up in the jet thing.
the thing is with aircraft, and the same with ships, is the sound is behind them, not in front.
Oh yes, of course.
So it's too late by the time they can hear it.
Yeah.
But that's also why there's a lot of whale and strikes by big liner propellers and things like that.
Ron Langley says that he can remember it was 50p at Shoreham or Brighton Airport to park. And they used to be able, I mean, there used to be the old, the anoraks there with their binoculars and stuff would line up on the side, the little road that goes down the perimeter. You could go down the side of the Ada, but you can't do that now. They've got rid of all of the parking area. They obviously don't like people... and you used to be able to drive through and they didn't mind. Now they've got all the blooming signs up saying you can't possibly drive through.
Yeah, well, I've only lived here, well, less than a decade. I think I said in one of your videos recently that I've lived here for like 6 years, and it's actually 2 years out. It's 8 years.
8 years. Well, it's scaring the seagull, says Michael Thornley, or it's a ghost, or it's the mother-in-law. It's scaring somebody. It scared us anyway when we were looking around. So yeah, lots of interesting comments.
Someone made a model narrowboat, they were saying.
Oh really?
Yeah, who said that? Where are you?
We want to see it. Is it remote controlled?
That would be interesting.
Remote...
What fun. I built a model of 1928 narrowboat.
Oh,
right.
Brilliant. I'd like to see a remote controlled narrowboat that you can, have. Wouldn't that be fun? You get people who do train sets, don't they? But could you get a canal set?
That would be amazing.
That you'd have to fill it with water. It'd have to be waterproof. But you put it into your front room or in your loft space, and you go upstairs and you have a fully working canal system with locks and little scale model people who go up, and you put the person on a little disc that by that would actually make a contact that then opens the lock gate or winds the paddles up, and the whole water shifting business goes on. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Very deeply into this, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that I would have. Never mind your train sets, everybody has that, but how many people have a working model of a canal system? Complete with little toll booths, a wharf where you can upload little cranes and shove them on the back of the working canals, and you have
all the little coal bags
and the horses, going up over the bridges. You'd love that, you see.
Oh yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, so there we are. Maybe if only I had a big premises. If only I had a large barn, that would be great. You could do that, couldn't you? And then we could build that and put a little video camera on the boat and a video camera and watch all it part. You wouldn't need,
little Vobes.
Yeah, it would be so much cheaper than actually having to have a boat and do it. And you could have an outside location on the model, but it can be underneath a shed, underneath a roof. I think that's a brilliant idea. We should patent that.
Yeah, good idea. Henry's Adventures says there used to be a miniature canal in Rickmansworth, Hertfordshire, called the Little Union Canal. But sadly, it is not there anymore.
Oh,
it works just like the real ones.
That's what we want. I like that. I'm surprised there isn't one at Beaconscott, actually. Beaconscott Model Village.
Oh right.
Henry would know that. He's been there several times. I can't remember now. because they've got lots of amazing things at Beaconscott Model Village. I used to be on stilts juggling, entertaining the kids, and then they were looking. They'd be looking at this giant, and then there's this model village and stuff. With a train that goes round. It's absolutely...
I'm gutted I never got to see all of that, and your fire breathing and fire juggling and crazy.
Well, one day I haven't forgotten how to do it. I mean, the juggling's not as easy as it used to be.
No, that's the whole one eye thing, isn't it?
That's the whole one eye thing.
In it, mate, lusty geezer.
Since I chopped both arms off, it's become a lot more tricky. But you can juggle with your feet. Apparently, not that I've ever tried it because they never leave my legs. But hey, shall we go and watch a video?
Yes, let's.
Okay, so let me go into the video box. That didn't go anywhere. Okay, so in theory now, ladies and gentlemen, we should be in the video box, and now we can still hear the lovely Julia. Hello, lovely Julia. Are you still there? Oh, wait a minute. You're not there on my screen. Why are you not there on my screen here? No, they can't hear you when I'm here. That's really weird because I just copied you. Oh, I know why. Wait a minute. I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to do that, and there you are. Now I can. Now they can hear.
Do that again. Do that again.
I can't. I've lost it.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
Whoa. Oh no. Whoa.
I can shunt you around. You see, in the video. Actually, in the video box, I can put you down in the corner like that. That is like the video box. And oh, wait a minute, I can tap you on the head. Tap, tap, tap. Well, tapped your little box.
I'm in the box. Help! Let me out! Oh no! Oh no! I'm stuck.
Right. Okay, so you're going to stay there, are you? Okay, in the video. So that's good. That's quite handy. So in the video box, first video, we got 5 videos, as I said. This one's from Edward M, and I assume that's Edward Moulding. Is it? Is Edward there?
I haven't seen him crop up.
No, maybe he's just watching on the big screen, or he's going to watch later. Anyway, Edward M, it came in as, and all it says here is it's about sheep. Are you interested in sheep? Oh, you've suddenly gone very quiet.
I do like sheep.
Oh yeah, I've got reverb on mine. Didn't realise. I had a bit of reverb. Can you hear reverb?
I can.
That's the.
That's right, sir. I'm down here in the basement, sir.
What are you doing down there in the basement, Eric?
I'm just trying to make sure everything's working, sir. But the valves, sir. The valves.
What about the valves?
They're glowing a bit too bright, sir. Oh, it's drying all my washing, though, sir.
Well, that's marvellous. Well, he's down there in the basement working his way. Hang on a minute. Pedal faster, Eric.
Pedal what, sir?
Fast.
Fast.
It's much better when it's on a button. It's so much better. Anyway, somebody last time I said that said I thought Eric was a real person. Of course he's a real person. How could you say? Close your ears, Eric. You didn't hear that, which is good.
Hear what, sir?
Shut up. Shush. Anyway, in the video box, sorry about that. There was a moment of hilarity there. There's always a moment of hilarity, and that was one of them. So we are going to go and have a look at Edward M's video, if that's all right. And we do that. I've got to find it. Here we are. Sheep, ladies and gentlemen. Sheep. Oh, I've got to look. Filmed on the Nokia 1.3 phone. How about that, lovely Julia? Oh, hang on. I've got to unmute you because there we go. How about that? Sorry about... I left you there, but I've worked out...
I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like creeping off the stage.
There was like nothing you could do. Lovely sheep there. Lovely, lovely sheep. How about that? Let's come out of that and go back to this scene. There we go. What's the best thing that you like about sheep, lovely Julia?
They're just really cute. I love them.
They are lovely. I saw some only the other day when I was filming the walk that went out today. Yeah, today's walk. There was some lovely sheep. Now that then I was posing this question, I can't remember where I posed it, in the Naked Englishman, I think it was, where I was saying it's a shame that, I can't identify the different breeds of sheep. Mainly because I'm thick. But I think in the old days, you could work out what part of the land you were in if you didn't know by looking at the different breeds of sheep, because sheep would be unique to that area. Like the South Downs sheep would have been on the shout, and Hereford sheep would be from Cornwall. So you would know no, I mean, Hereford sheep would have been from Hereford, of course. Yeah, but you would know exactly where you were from.
Nodding.
Yeah. So, any comments about Edward's film on sheep, lovely Julia?
Yes, and it'll be lambing season soon.
Oh, it will.
Stinking woolies, according to my friend's old dad, who was a cowman, said Linda Kane.
Stinking what?
Stinking woolies.
Woolies. Oh, woolly.
Woolies.
Yeah, woolies. Woolly,
No.
woolly, as in Woolly Wonka.
Yeah.
Not with. Anyway.
Shh. Hush your mouth,
My mouth is hushed.
or I wash it out with soap. Eh?
Oh, good.
Huh. I went a bit Canadian then, didn't I? Eh?
Is that how they speak? Eh?
They do say that every now and then.
But
Not
ne-
all the time.
but
But
ne-
when they do, it makes me go, ee, they said it.
Bonita Holland has said that I listened to the podcast today. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad somebody did. I get up and I do these things in the morning, and I never really know if anyone's listened to it at all.
I confess I haven't listened to it for about a week or so.
Yeah, well, you won't miss much. I haven't moaned. I haven't had a good old moan for a long time. I've been trying to be positive in 2021, although, you know, when I'm half asleep recording it in here, but with my portable recorder going, hello, I should talk about that. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Yeah.
Usually 20 minutes later, and people are probably going, what was that about again? What was he on about? I don't know. Stinking woolies.
By the way.
Yes.
Henry's Adventures said, I mentioned you to the manager at Beaconscott.
Oh,
He
yes.
remembers you.
Did he?
Yeah.
How
How'd
lovely.
he say?
Ah, yeah, that tall twit with the big ball who used to do the. I used to do the plate spinning with the kids.
Bet they loved it.
What did she say? Oh, sorry. Elaine Whitelock said hello, sorry, and then I saw her. Like I thought she said I'm in latex, but I'm late. Kiss, kiss.
Oh, yes. Kiss, kiss.
I thought she'd said hello. I'm in latex. Oh, yes, hello, baby. Grr. Calm yourself, Julia. Calm yourself. A bit of latex, eh? I don't know. So we also have some art. We have quite a bit of art. We better get cracking on some art. Shall we go into the art box? Into the art... not art box. Into the gallery. Let's see what gallery art we have. How do I do that? Marvellous. Marvellous. Thank you so much to Andrew Norris for that. And actually, we're going to have a look at a bit at Andrew Norris art. We've looked at sheep, haven't we? You see, there is method to my madness in this. We've looked at sheep. That was all very nice and sheepish. But Andrew has sent in, and I've just got to go... Oh, hello. I've lost everything. I've just got to find it. And Andrew sent in not sheep. Can you guess give me another farmyard animal that we may have that would be very artistically drawn?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Cow.
Rhinoceros? No. Guess again.
Elephant.
Elephant? Oh, I thought you were going to say cow then. No, you were right the last time. Cow.
Yeah.
With a grey long nose and tusks. Unfortunately, they've been removed. No, this was, as you know, lovely old Andrew is in Croatia. It's Leslie Old. Is in Croatia. And he's been down there. He's got a house in the village, and he's got a neighbour, and he's made videos of his neighbour and the cow that his neighbour had at one time. I don't know if the cow is still alive, but I don't think the neighbour is anymore. If it's the same one, Andrew, I may have got this wrong, but she used to sing to her cow as she milked the cow. It was amazing. Well, anyway, we have a picture of the cow that Andrew has drawn, if I can find it. There we are. And there it is. How about that? Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful.
Those udders. Just look at them.
Utterly lovely.
They make me shudder, do those udder. Anyway, that's about all the jokes I can think of. What a lovely cow that is. I don't know what kind of cow it is. Brown, and it's like a Frisian, but brown, not black and white. But
Probably a Croatian cow.
But I notice it's got a leg missing. Or is the other leg hidden behind... I'm only teasing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. Could you do that, Julia? How good's your art?
No, I couldn't. My art's not very good.
You showed us some of your art, didn't you, in your Crackerjack book?
sketchbook.
Yeah, and that was amazing. I think that's great. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Andrew. That's lovely to see. And I'd like to know, what do you call that? Is that watercolour? Did you think that was watercolour? Is that oil?
Yeah, it didn't look like acrylic or oil.
No,
So,
maybe watercolour. I think it's always, it's always interesting to find out. It's a Jersey cow. It's not. Oh, it's not a Jersey cow.
not.
It's not Guernsey cow. Is Andrew out there? Andrew there. She is still alive, but alas, the cow is no longer. But Maria, the singer.
Mara.
Mara. Yes, that's right. Mara, the singing cow herd lady. What would you call a cow? What's the woman called who looks after cows? You've got a cow herd. Is the bloke, isn't it? Maybe she's a female cow herd. Can you?
Well, feminists would say you don't need to differentiate,
No.
and I would agree actually. But just a herdsman.
Just
or
a
herdswoman.
herdswoman.
Why not?
Herdswoman. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. There might be an official word, but I don't know it.
Milkmaid. Did you apply for dual citizenship? That's a question to Andrew. Anyway, brilliant. I wish I could do that. And I don't even know how you start. Presumably you start with pencil and then drew a sketch and then you fill it in, do you?
That's often how it's done.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. Let's have a quick one more look. There we go. Isn't that amazing? I love it. I love it. This is good for me because I'm slowly beginning to understand and appreciate art.
Just want to reach through the screen and just stroke her on the nose, bless her. Though I wouldn't want to now if she's dead.
No. No. Oh, the cow is the cow is dead, is it? The cow is dead. No, wait a minute. I got confused. Somebody's still alive. She is still alive. Oh, the cow is no longer. That's right.
The owner of the cow is alive.
Yeah.
The cow is dead, but Mara is not either. Mara is not the same person as the owner of the cow.
No. I've got it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. Great. Well, we've got some more art to come back to, but we're going to go and have a pause for another video.
Oh.
It's amazing, isn't it? The show has got so much content these days, and there's you and me, and we've got stars flying by. If you look behind you, can you see all those stars?
Starry night.
That's amazing. I don't know how we do it.
Paint your palette blue and grey.
Blue and white, surely. That would rhyme, wouldn't it? Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and white. Not as...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to, rewrite the song.
I've never really thought about that, to be honest. But yeah, you are right.
It's rhymes. That's all I'm thinking. Right. So next up in our video box, hold on. We've got to go in there like this. And in the video, it just worked this time. It just worked. And there you are. Look, there. Wait a minute. There you are. Pat, 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 pat. In the video box, we have another video. This one is by Nikki Nootka Seaglass, and she is after the Holy Thorn, the old witch Hethel. I don't know if I pronounced that Hethel bit, but I'm sure she will. So let's go on adventure over in Norfolk.
Today, it's New Year's Day. It's a drizzly day, damp, icy, rainy and rather cold at 0 degrees. But I'm on my way to the Holy Thorn. I'm unsure whether you can see down there to the pond, but there's all ice on that, so it shows you how cold it is. So to get to the Holy Thorn, you need to cross this field, and for those of you that don't like cows or are rather fearful of cows, in the summer this is absolutely awash with grazing red poll cattle, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They're a stunning deep red colour, but I've never been attacked yet, but yep, there's always a first time. So I'm making my way up here to say hi to an old friend, a witch. This is the Witch of Hethel. Hethel Holy Thorn. In 1755, its girth measured 9 foot 1 inches. So he was quite a big boy. And since I came last time, they've erected another sign. So that looks really nice. It tells you all about the flora and fauna and the wildlife that we can see around these parts. So I'll just walk you around and give you some facts which I'll try and remember. In summer, when it's at its height, it measures about 14 feet. It's also, hawthorns are also renowned for being on ancient ceremonial sites or settlements, and they're dedicated to the god Belenus. Now there is legend that the original maypoles were actually made of the hawthorn. However, it is actually bad luck to cut a hawthorn down or take any of its parts, so I'm not quite sure about that one. Its thorns, if you see them discarded on the ground below the tree, can be taken away and used for magical purposes or rituals, to inscribe candles, for affirmations, for luck charms, for protection. And as a herbalist, I use the hawthorn berries, the leaves and also the blossom in various forms of herbal medicine, but mainly for making tinctures with. And when I was little, my dad used to take me to a local village, and there were a hawthorn hedge, and I think that was an ancient hedgerow as well, and he used to say, "Oh, taste the leaves, it tastes like bread and cheese." And as an impressionable child, I says, "Oh yes, it does, I can taste cheese," but really it doesn't taste like bread and cheese at all, but it still has the fabled name. So this lovely tree, the hawthorn, Crataegus monogyna, which is its Latin name, dates back to the 13th century. And in summer, when I come and have a picnic beside the Hethel, old or holy thorn, this pond here is lovely for the red poll cattle to graze around and drink from the waters. Also, what I've noticed here is 7 different species of butterfly and also dragonflies and damselflies. So it's really nice to bring your little observer book or your Collins book in summertime and spot all the different varieties of wildlife that's around here. But it's lovely and quiet, very misty today. Thankfully, the rain's holding off.
There you go. How about that? That's amazing. I've never heard of a hawthorn being that wide. I can't. And looking at that, it looked like I was curious as to where it had gone. You all right?
Yep, just adjusting my necklace.
Oh,
which
right.
I was reminded that by Nikki's video. This is the necklace she made for me. Look.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, out of sea glass.
Yes.
Amazing. Very nice. Very beautiful.
Very
Yeah, so, Nikki, I've never heard of a hawthorn that was 9 foot in girth.
That's incredible.
I'm just trying to think, because...
that can't be the trunk. That's just the actual canopy around it. You know, the extent of the branches.
Are we talking circumference? When you say girth, what is that, diameter? What's girth? Is girth all the way round? If you put a tape measure all the way around, is that girth? Or is girth...
Girth usually refers to around the trunk.
Right.
Circumference of the trunk.
Because, I mean, old ones are sort of about, you know, the sort of really ancient oaks and yews and things are about 30-something, aren't they? They're all in about the 30s. So I suppose 9 foot by the time you've gone around. It still seems very big. All the way around. Yeah, there we go. It's one of the largest in the UK, says... but in your pictures, and I'm not trying to pick any holes or whatever, they look like lots of independent trees there now. Is that what happened to the 9 foot girth tree? Or has it hollowed out that it's just now you've just got stems growing up?
Maybe all of those trunks are the same tree.
Yeah,
From
I mean that's what I
don't know
was.
how they work.
I suppose I've always seen things like yew trees or very large oaks and things, and you think of one solid trunk. I guess that's what I'm thinking of. Excuse me, but and of course, hawthorns are very much a hedgerow tree, and I'm very much looking forward to when they come out in blossom. You'll get the blackthorn first, and then you'll get the hawthorn in May. And it's lovely when you see it with all its little freckles. Do you remember we did a walk once, Julia?
Yeah.
And we went and we found that tower, the water tower that looked like a helter-skelter.
Yeah, yeah.
And on the way there, we stopped and we saw this bank of hawthorns with all this freckled white with little red freckles. Is only how I describe them. I don't know what they are on the
Yeah.
blossom. Absolutely beautiful.
Loads of it. It was lovely.
Loads of it. Thank you so much, Nikki. Love your videos. Keep them coming, and that would be good. So there we go. Well, how are they doing with the comments out there? Still trying to work out the different outputs from Vobes, says Benita Holland.
Nuka Sea Glass says there's only one tree hollowed out between the two stems now.
Oh right. Oh okay. So yeah, it must have been. Do we know how old it was? Don't remember you saying how old it was, but it's clearly the eldest of the hawthorns. Lovely to see it though. Yeah. Eastbourne couple. I can smell my bread making. Oh yes, lovely bit of bread making. We love a bit of bread. How's your bread making going, Julia?
I haven't made one yesterday or today, so I've already broken my resolution of making a loaf every day.
I tell you, I'm nearly through my second of that nice.
The malt loaf.
Yeah, it's lovely. I had a look because I was slightly concerned because Nutka had pointed out, that some of the stuff you can get in flour and stuff is all added, and I just double checked on mine. I thought I'll see, but it's actually a blend of two different types of flour or original crop, but nothing has been added. It's just a blend of different.
That's all right then.
Oh yeah, because they made it sort of malty and nutty. It's delicious. I have to tell you, it's the best one I've found so far. But I'm going to investigate with more bags. But I've got to get through this. There's probably about 30 odd loaves out of that bag, I would imagine.
Yeah. With any luck.
With any luck. Linda Kane says a new neighbour who had a very large hawthorn, probably about 90 years old, removed it because he wanted to grow vegetables and it would keep the sun off them. Well, I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a garden, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because you then having to decide what is your purpose of the garden, and if the garden is to grow vegetables, the trees can be in the way. It's a shame you didn't give me the tree. I could have burnt it in the Essie. Would have been nice. Yeah.
Linda Kane said it was on the northern edge of his garden. Garden is now a wilderness.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward to seeing what happens with Mike Stevens' garden, because he's got a meadow growing there. And there was somebody on the news. It was on the Today programme, and I very rarely listen to the Today programme now, but it was on the Today programme. They were interviewing somebody who had a farm, and he was saying that there is a movement now quite across the country to bring back meadows, because people are finally waking up to the industrialised farming and the monoculture that has wiped out so much wildlife, including wild flowers, and there is a movement to try and bring them back. But I worry that we'll never bring them back on the scale that we once had. But they were saying it's amazing. You go to these places and people go in, they are astonished at the variety of the flowers, the colours and the wildlife, of course, and they think, gosh, this must be some special thing. And of course, this was everywhere and we got rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can keep that momentum going and keep the interest in diverse meadows, then not necessarily the same species, but new species will kind of come about, and hybridize, or hopefully.
But I mean, the thing is, there was so many species of plants and things, and in patches. just so much. You know, you don't need any new stuff. So all of that old stuff was there, but of course a lot of it has just gone because you put in Italian ryegrass, and you have this uniform green, this vibrant green that, you know, if you are not awake to it, you think that's lovely and normal. And it's only when you're exposed to this proper traditional wild flowers, which has so many nutrients for cattle and sheep, and the wildlife themselves who obviously live in there, and the abundance of teasels, in which you've got teasels growing and birds coming in, pecking out all the little insects that are in there, which are hard for other animals to get to. You know, all these things are playing their part, and so I was absolutely pleased to hear that more meadows are coming, which has been brilliant. Yeah. It looked like you were going to say something, Julia.
Yes, because there was a very interesting comment which I have now misplaced. Robert Croser says there's lots of meadows up here, still plenty of empty ground, fallow land. Nuka Seaglass says Britain has seen the catastrophic destruction of its once widespread wildflower meadows as intensive farming has gradually replaced them. Sad. Michael Thornley says hopefully there are some dormant wildflower seeds that will now have the chance to regenerate. I'm a big supporter of rewilding. Yeah, I'm trying to find the other comment that I was looking for. But someone did say that there's a big, some of the diehard people in that big movement are wanting to push everyone back into towns and rewild all of the countryside.
Well, and that's ridiculous. What we need, I mean, I'll tell you what we need. We need people to go back into the countryside. We need villages to be peopled by people working in the community and on the landscape, not doing back-breaking work, but doing all sorts of work that gets people, that keeps that rural community going, rather than just retired people with BMWs. That's what we need. Benita Holland says that Sussex was once covered in forests. Yes, of course it was, but that was before the Neolithic people came. The Neolithic people came over 3,000 years from the axes that they got at places like Sisbury. Started to clear and make farming. And so that when the Anglo-Saxons came after the Romans, I mean, the Romans didn't do much clearing at all, and the Anglo-Saxons didn't do any much clearing. Most of the clearing was already done by the Neolithics. And that's not me saying it. That's Oliver Rackham, who is no longer with us, unfortunately, but he's written some fantastic books and was a leading ecologist. And I've read a couple of his books, and he is brilliant. He is brilliant. Decomposing well, apparently. Shall we have another look at some art?
Yes, please.
Okay, so now we're going to have a quick look at some art that we didn't look at all of it from last week, and this was Billabong O'Neill, David Sedgwick, who sent in art from his wife while she was on chemotherapy and various other cancer treatments, and now. Lovely Andrew Norris sent in some background music to play for this, and I can't play it and have Julia. Oh yeah, no, wait a minute, I can't remember. I think I can play it, but I can play it, but if we hear you, we'll hear you in stereo. But so I'm going to sort that out on a different thing. So we don't need the music at the moment, although I've got it. Thank you very much to Andrew. It's just a little bit of sort of giving it a bit of light stuff. But because of the complicated system of this and the lack of intelligence on my part, I can't do it. But anyway, what I can do, however, is we can have a look at it and we can hear your reactions, Julia.
I love that one, and it's not just because it's a cat and purple flowers.
But didn't we see this one? I remember seeing.
We did.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
This one.
Yeah, maybe hang on. I need to just go back out into. Let's just have a look here. I can't, because I've got a number of versions. Oh yeah, that one. Okay, let me just go back because this all comes in on email. Wait a minute, we've seen these. Maybe he's just sent loads of them a number of times. Yeah, we've seen that. So I haven't checked these because I thought, well, there were so many of them. Where are they? Oh, I think maybe we just saw them all. They came in on different. Yeah, we did actually. They're all the same. Oh, well, that's that then. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that because he sent them all in many different. We'll just have a quick look at one more that I can't remember if we saw this one or not.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that one, but that is lovely.
Isn't that nice?
Love it. So atmospheric.
We did see we saw the. Oh, look, we didn't see that one.
Oh, cute.
It's lovely, and there we are. Look at that.
Wow.
Fantastic, brilliant
Stunning.
stuff. Thank you so much for sending those in. We do appreciate it. I mean, it blows me away because I know how rubbish I am at the artwork.
Tell me about it. I wish I even had just a smidgen of the skill all these people have.
So, also, Martin and Diana Fluke and Ziggy the dog have sent some in. Do you want to see... I'm sure you do want to see Ziggy. Hang on, I've got to find the email with Ziggy in now. Nope, it's not that one.
Ziggy Stardust.
Where is your email that says all this? I should have downloaded... Oh, here it is. Here we go. Unfortunately, it's not a very big picture. That's the only thing. But this is Ziggy. Is it a lurcher? Can't remember what she said it was. Is it a pointer? Pointer.
I was going to say, it doesn't look very lurchery to me.
No, I see. I'm not very good on dogs. Right. Okay. Anyway, she sent some art in, and I said, "Oh, it's a bit small. Any chance you could send it in somewhat slightly bigger?" So she did, and this one is of Avebury. And if I press the right button, you'll get to see it.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. And I think these are on canvas, which are because these are just a photograph of. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Okay, that's that one. There is another one. We'll gauge everybody else's art because sometimes they just come in on one email because of the size of the picture. Okay, so this one is a road.
Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal. I love it.
And that's rather lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Just
The clouds in the sky, the lane, the leaves, the tree. Oh, just stunning.
And there's one more. A local. That one was actually, what was that? That was Killerton in autumn. Not quite sure where Killerton is. And this one is a local. What did she say it was? I just read it then. A local a local cottage. This one is a local cottage. And it's on the easel.
Oh, love the contrasting colours of the leaves there.
Presumably I can go in a bit closer. There we go. I didn't know I could do that. How about that?
Phenomenal.
It's lovely. It'd be lovely. I wish I had my walls. I wish there was space on my walls to be able to put some of the art. Now you've got some art which we're going to have a look at a little bit later on, which is, well, you've got two lots, and you've got some from you, but also some from a cousin.
Yeah, from my cousin Dan.
So, Killerton in Devon, says Linda Kane. Thank you very much. And John B says there's a lot of talent out there. There bloody is, isn't there? There jolly is. All right, so I think we're going to the old video box. And Connor, young Connor, has got an interesting piece of equipment. Up to date it is. He knew that I had a lot of problems with my audio technology, so he's found me the solution. Want to see it?
Yeah.
Hello Richard and viewers. This is a little piece of equipment I've got. It's actually relatively big. I have a few of these machines. I'm not going to say what they are. I'm sure some people will know what they are, maybe even remember using them. If I just turn it down because I don't want to give you a copyright claim. It's for playing music and audio. I've got to do a repair on it though because the motor inside needs fixing. But I just want to give you a quick look at an old machine. See if I can. There's a bit of a song.
My
I don't want to do the whole lot. I have got quite a few of these tapes as well. Where they're not like modern things where most stuff will tell you what it is. A few of these tapes I've got turn out to be family recordings. I've got one from somebody's Christmas Day in 1963, I think it is. So it's almost like a trip to the past. But I thought I'd just give you a quick look at this machine. So, yeah. Bye.
How about that? There we go. A reel-to-reel tape recorder, or open reel, as they're often referred to as well. That's what I sort of, what is it they say? You cut your teeth. I cut my teeth on reel-to-reel tape recorders. My dad had an old Grundig, very similar to that, and you had a spool of tape like that, 1/4-inch tape, magnetic tape, and I used to get a little splicing block, UMIG splicing block, or EMI, I can't remember, EMI I think it was, and an old razor blade, and used to cut the tape like you would film, splice it together again, cut things, you know, so that you could edit sound. Brilliant. I loved it, and you could speed it up. And I remember doing this character did a series of little sketches when I was, I don't know what, I was probably about 11. Captain Vidor, after the Vidor batteries. My dad had some of these Vidor batteries, and so I thought, that's a good name, Captain Vidor. And we'd speed it up. So, look, there's a dragon, and we managed to get tape echo. I can't remember how I managed to do that, by feeding the tape round a second time or something, so you could loop it. You could get this echo effect. Can't remember how I did it. So yeah, that was fantastic. You ever used a open reel tape recorder, Julia?
Nope. But Paul Cockrell says he electrocuted himself on one of those when he was 4 or 5. Oops.
Whoops. That's
You didn't want to do it like that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Loved them. I loved that. And I've got one. I've got a machine. I had a lovely TIAC. Was it a TIAC? Can't remember. No, I've got a TIAC. I think it's a TIAC out the back there. It doesn't work on one channel. When I last used it about 15 years ago, but I couldn't get rid of it. Oh no, it's a Revox. I beg your pardon. It's a Revox. Yeah, I had must have been a TIAC that I had before then.
Still clueless.
Yeah, these are just names. You know, it's like the name of a set there. But a Revox was used to get. I can't remember. Revox Mark II. You'd find in sound studios, and Revox Mark 1 was your upper echelon of the hi-fi back in the old days. Absolutely loved it. And up there, which you can't see, I have a Nagra, which is a portable reel-to-reel. It doesn't work now. Portable reel-to-reel that they used to use. It's only a Nagra 3, but they used to use it on film sets as a portable recorder. So it's a small one. And very often, if you ever watched the 1960s things like Mission Impossible or any of these sort of spy films, and often you'd get somebody, you know, needed to see someone recording or doing a bit of bugging, and there'd be somebody listening to an open reel thing. They would always, instead of getting what might have been a domestic thing, they'd use the Nagra in the shot. So you'd see this thing and you think, that's just a part of the crew. That's a piece of the equipment that the crew used. So they just said, well, we'll just use that, film that, put it in. And you only know that if you're in the game. So it's fascinating. Only to me.
Connor says, I have got about 10 reel players and a lot of tapes.
Oh, wow. I guess you go around collecting them. I would love to get mine repaired, but it's things like motors and electronics is gone. Yeah, go on.
Connor says further to that, I'm thinking of filming the repair to help people fix and preserve history. That sounds like a good plan.
I think that's an excellent idea. Yeah. Tell us how you get on with that, and how do you know how to fix them? I mean, is it the mechanical side? Can you get the parts? Can you get the parts for them?
I wonder if he's done it the classic way of taking one apart and putting it back together.
Ah, yeah, and or buying two of something and then using
Yes.
one. See, Dumpman, he films on High 8, which was a film. It was a tape. He still films on High 8. It doesn't not digital. It's all analog, and he'll buy up the High 8 cameras from the old days, video we're talking about, and he will then bastardize one to get the spares out of it for his up to date one. He hasn't. He doesn't film it. It's all on. It's still all on analog tape.
Yeah.
Quality is
He's very
dreadful.
adamant about that, isn't he?
He's
Bless him.
adamant. I know the quality is dreadful though, but it has a charm. You know what we think of quality. His films are his films. That's his style, and that's why people buy into it. I'm not saying.
I was going to say that's part of his thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I say the quality, it's not 1080p, it's not 4K by any means. It's still 4:3 ratio, but lovely.
Nigel Sadler says he has a friend who services and rebuilds Revox.
Oh, has he? I've got a Revox. It needs repairing, and I need to get a Super 8 projector, and I had a standard a 16mm projector, and that doesn't work. They've all perished. All the rubbers and things have perished. So I need to find a Super 8 so I can transfer my videos and actually play them on a big screen. I'd love to be able to play them again. Not videos. What I'm talking about was Super 8 films is what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, so that was interesting. Thank you very much, Connor. Any more interesting comments?
And Michael White says there is a guy in Worthing who mends old radios and tells ghost stories.
Oh, is there? Oh. He sounds like a nice chap. We should get him on the show sometime when we're allowed to open the doors again and let people in.
Yeah, we've got to find out who he is first.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we
Yeah.
can contact him.
Interesting. Right. What should we do next?
Jeffrey Harrison says I've got a Super 8 projector.
Have you?
He has, apparently.
Oh, right.
Oh, Paul Rampton also says I have an 8mm projector if you need one.
Well, it's Super 8 that my videos, my Super 8 films are on. Jeffrey is very kindly sending me or giving me some boots, some walking boots that he hasn't used. And
wonderful.
we're going to meet up hopefully this week. Not meet up in the way that we're not allowed to meet up, just in case there's anybody out there getting a bit stressed. But basically the cars are going to go past like this. He's going to throw them at me. In between Eastbourne and it's just going to lob them, and I'll open up the sliding door in the van, and they'll just be able to go in. So we're going to have an exchange.
Have you still got that gadget that you can stick a camera on the side of your van with?
Yes.
That'd be fun.
My sucker on the side of the van with an expensive camera on the side, or even a GoPro. A bit of a drive-by, bit like how they used to do the Station Masters. What's his name? Station Masters. What's his name again? Station Master something. Station Master. Choice. Yes, Choice. I don't know why I was having a problem with it.
Yeah,
Station Master's Choice. Well, no, the old postal system where the train would. I never quite worked out how this worked, but he'll know. Train goes along and the post bag is either picked up or dropped off as it goes, so it doesn't actually stop. I think there's some weird hook mechanism, so it comes and it gets scooped up. So it'll be that sort of thing. No, we'll stop and have a discreet conversation from a distance with a megaphone and a pair of binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
You place them on that tree 2 miles from me, and I will walk through mud and slush to get it. Something like that. Let's have a look at. Shall we have a look at your Dan's doodles?
Yes, please.
Right. So, Julia, first of all, tell us who Dan is, whilst I sort out the stuff.
My cousin Dan. He's my cousin. He had a bad skiing accident while working in the Alps in 2015. He suffered many a broken bone and a spinal cord injury at level T2. I'm not sure what that actually means, apart from the fact that it leaves him paralysed from the armpits down. And he wouldn't be alive today if he hadn't worn his helmet. I think it did cause some damage to his head, but it protected his head more than anything else. He literally would be dead otherwise.
Nice.
Dan started drawing after receiving a sketchbook for Christmas in 2019, and self-taught has been improving slowly ever since. he especially loves to draw with fine liner pens now, and he does a bit of pointillism, which we've talked about in previous Vogue shows.
Pointillism.
Pointillism, yeah, it's the dots.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, yes, because we had a lovely example from one of our viewers.
Yes, we watched on this show.
Yeah, that's right. I know, forget. So it's because I was doing podcasting for so long. I always got so used to calling people listeners. I mean, of course, they're viewers. So let's have a look then, and you can talk us through. There's quite a few of them, but they're all very good.
I think a lot of his drawings currently are commissions, and this one is indeed a commission. It was someone asked him to draw their house, so it's just, I'm not sure which house. I did at first think it was Wimmering House, which is quite a well-known haunted house in Portsmouth, but it's not. I went and looked at Wimmering House again. I was like, nah, it's definitely not.
It's a lovely proportioned Georgian house, or at least it's got a Georgian frontage with all those little dentils on the top there.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
I think it's ivy covering it. It looks like ivy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very good. Hang on. Let's press the button, see what happens. That looks nice.
Self-explanatory, a flower flamingo. A flower mingo?
A flower mingo. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. It's a flower and a flamingo in one. That's very clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. Very nice. This is Porchester Castle.
Oh, is it?
A very interesting angle on.
Yeah, I've been to Porchester Castle. I do want to go there with you and do
Love to do that.
a walk round at some point. Obviously, we can't do it at the moment.
No. This is a Victorian shelter on the promenade in Portsmouth on Southsea.
That's very
seafront.
nice. Yeah, very nice. Like that. I love that. Just the use of that simple colour, the yellow there.
It's effective, isn't it?
It very is.
I love this. It's just flowery pineapple, just brilliant.
Yeah.
Buzzing pineapples.
I think and lovely textures in there.
You've got a lily there. You've got some sort of, I'm not sure, a rose. I'm not sure what the overlapping leaf one is, but yeah, there's loads of little flowers in there. I can't even identify them all. This is Clarence Pier. It's an interesting pier actually because it's
Where is it?
It's in Portsmouth, Southsea.
Oh, okay.
I spent many an hour there with my grandmother and my nan and granddad when I was little. When I'd go and stay with them in the summer, in the arcades there. Nanny would take me in, give me a little bag of 2 pences, and it was fabulous. But the interesting thing about this pier is that it doesn't actually go out, directly out into the water. It's on the water or over the water, but it's along the beach, along the land.
Oh, right. Oh, I see.
Projecting out. It's funny. I'm not sure if it ever did project out, but as it is now, it isn't the original. It was, I think it was destroyed in the Blitz at some point. But yeah.
It looks a bit sort of 19 Art Deco, yeah, 30s, 20s, 30s, that sort of thing. Oh, brilliant! How lovely is that?
This is South Parade Pier, I believe. I think I could be wrong, but I think this is South Parade Pier, which is the other pier in Portsmouth, which does project out into
with a helter skelter on the end. I like those. I love helter skelters.
I believe this is just a memorial in Southsea.
Very nice.
I say just.
Very patriotic.
Yeah, poignant.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yes, this is the lighthouse on Southsea Castle.
Oh, is it?
Which was a Henry VIII castle, if I remember rightly.
And the texture there is all done with dots, isn't it?
Yes, pointillism.
Oh, that is the pointillism. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's lovely. It creates a nice little texture, doesn't it? And it kind of helps with the image of the curved frontage, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you get that sense of the light as it wraps around.
Depth.
Yeah.
And this is the bandstand on Southsea Common. But do you see the little half moon and the star at the top? That is the symbol, Portsmouth's like symbol sort of thing.
Oh, is it?
Which used to strike me as strange because obviously when I was a kid, I was mostly living in Saudi Arabia, and between Saudi Arabia and then coming home for a few weeks. I say home, back to the UK.
Yeah.
For a few weeks in the summer. But I used to get really confused because that symbol is very, very similar to the Islamic symbol. That used to confuse me. But they're just a little minor detail there, but it's fantastic. Fantastic. I love the detailing on the
It's
struts.
that Victoriana architecture of metalwork. They were so good at that, weren't they? The Victorians.
Yeah, they were. They liked the decorative stuff. This I have lots of affection for this ship. This is the Warrior, moored up in
Portsmouth?
Southampton dock. Yeah.
So Southampton.
The historic dockyard.
Yeah.
Not Southampton, Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, do you remember my busy friend, my beautiful Cheryl?
Yes, from up
She
north.
got married on this boat.
Oh, did she?
The ship. Yes, she got married on board. It was a wonderful day. But yeah, I love it. This is Portsmouth Cathedral,
Oh, wow.
which is in Old Portsmouth, not far from the Garrison Church. Garrison Church, he has actually done a picture of that one, but I couldn't get hold of that at the moment. But Garrison Church is a lovely one. It's just, I'm not sure of all the details, but it's got no roof.
It's got no roof.
Yeah, I think we looked at it very briefly when we did a bit of Old Portsmouth.
Oh,
several
right.
years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
But yeah, I love the little splashes of colour in that, the blue, the red, the green.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
A barn owl.
Ah.
Very nice.
It's interesting. I've just been reading a book that Woody Jenny sent me, Romney rather, from the BBC, and they wrote these books, and it's this charming tale of this sort of travelling bloke called Romany, and he lives in his Vardo on a farm, and they were looking at barn owls, and the way they described it made it so visual that as soon as I saw that picture there, I went, I know it's a barn owl. It's not any other type. It's not a tawny owl or a brown owl. It's a barn owl.
It's kind of the classic image of an owl, isn't it?
Yeah.
With a barn owl. By the way, Ed Loud says, if I remember right, that memorial shows a marine yomping across the Falklands.
Ah.
That makes sense because on Dan's Instagram page where he posted it, it's called the Yomper.
Oh, right.
These stag beetles having a fight.
Having a little wrestle there.
Yeah.
Looks like one of them's got a toothbrush coming out of his head, but I don't think that is a toothbrush. That's his tentacle or whatever you call it.
His little foot.
Oh, it's his foot being stretched.
Oh no,
up.
actually. Oh yeah.
Is it like
Oh,
a
I
little
don't know.
whisker, is it? There's not a what do they call those things?
Antenna.
Antenna, there we go. Yeah, of course he's listening to Radio 1, isn't he? That's why he's all annoyed. But brilliant. Oh, wow, look at that.
Classic English bird, the kingfisher, which incidentally I saw the first one of. I saw one for the first time in the flesh on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. But yeah, down at the lagoon. Oh, it was amazing. Just saw this flash of orange and blue, and I was like, what was that? And I heard it like make its little noise as it swooped across the lagoon and up onto a shed. And it was there for a good 5-10 minutes as I was watching it, and I managed to get a photograph that you can vaguely tell it's a kingfisher shape. I was thrilled to see it. This is D90. This is it's a Type 42 destroyer called HMS Southampton, and coincidentally, my husband worked aboard that ship for a few years when he was in the Navy.
Gosh,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting.
Beautiful stag. Isn't it?
Wow, yeah, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So does he use reference photographs for these?
I think so. Yes. And
And
this
then-
one needs no introduction, does it?
Oh yeah, that's Durdle Door.
Turtle Door.
Durdle Door, that is, in
That's
Scotland.
Turtle Door, that one.
On Scotland, on the Jurassic coast near Cornwall.
Yeah.
In Dorset, of course. Lovely. Absolutely amazing.
Cool.
And what's that, Windsor
this-
Castle?
Yes, this is Windsor Castle, part of anyway.
Part of, yeah.
It's fascinating, it's fabulous. His detailing is just phenomenal. I love it.
It is good. It is good. Staggering drawing, says Vince Quill.
Lest we forget Poppy
And
and
is that his berry?
I think it was actually because he was in the what do you call it?
Army?
The voluntary.
Navy?
No, it was the army.
All right. Army and Navy. I knew somebody who was in the
Reserves,
Army and the
he was in
Navy.
reserves, I think.
I think he sold a lot of socks.
I think it was either his or it could have been my grandfather's. But this one is
Yes.
spinning the tower.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just stunning.
And that's the last one here. Is what are these, sunflowers?
I think they're sunflowers. Are they sunflowers?
With bees.
No, they're not. But they're the bee. The bee is just amazing.
Bee.
Wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much, Julia, for letting us see those.
No, well, thank you very much for letting me share them. I'm ever so proud of him. I mean, he's come so far from being, on his back,
Yes.
unable to do anything. And, okay, he's only got the use of his arms, but he's come so far. He's mostly independent as far as I am aware. And I just think it's marvelous that he's picked up pen and paper and started doing these. It's wonderful.
Michael White says it's a Royal Electrical Engineers badge.
Oh, a Remy.
A Remy.
Also, what my younger brother is. He's a Remy.
And John B, Army and Navy with a big smile. Yeah, I had to get that gag in. And what else? And Jackie Trainer has been up the Spinnaker Tower. I haven't been up there. I've never been up the Spinnaker Tower.
Haven't?
No.
You'll have to do that sometime. I've been up there once when I was doing a Prince's Trust course. It was the final, when we were... the final presentation we had up there, which was wonderful. That was nice. So I didn't pay either.
Oh, even better. It's even better if you don't have to pay.
Also, by the way,
yes,
if I may, if you would like to find Dan on Instagram, he goes by the name Dan's Doodles. That's Dan's with a Z, Dan's Doodles with an S at the end.
And there's a lot more on there, isn't there?
Yes, there's a lot more on there, and you can also find him on Facebook. So, check him out.
Check him out. Right, brilliant. Well, what we haven't done yet is open the phones up. We've got a couple more videos to go, but let's see if anybody wants to now. See if how nip cozy. How do we do
I wonder, is the football finished yet?
Yeah. Is there football on?
Yeah, apparently so. I don't give a hoot about football, but my cousin Dan does, and he's been watching that this evening.
Oh, I see. Well, if you want to give us a try, give us a call, rather. 07934746790. If you've got something to say, you're impressed by the art or by the videos, or if you have got other suggestions for us to do in the show. We're always looking for new ideas, you see, and all that kind of stuff. Dan's Doodles, there it is. Station Master's Choice says, I watch a webcam fixed in Ryde Pier Head. It zooms in on the Spinnaker Tower that lights up with several displays. Very nice. And so I suppose that's Ryde on the Isle of Wight, presumably, peering across the Solent. There's a glass floor in the Spinnaker Tower, is there? Yeah, that would be scary. Nice work, says Michael White. Pictures were brilliant. Leonard Smith, 56 minutes on the football. We have a phone call. Let's find out.
That means it's nearly finished.
So let me just see if I can get this to work. Hello, caller.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yay. Can you hear me? Over.
Yes, just about hear you. Who is this calling, please?
It's Alan Sandell.
Alan Sandell, how are you? We spoke briefly at the end of Friday's show, but after the show had finished because you misdialed. But it's lovely now that you've got through.
Well, that's six telephone technicians and over 4 hours, and I still don't believe a word of much of what they said, but they obviously fixed the problem.
Oh right, yeah, because you got through. Can you hear Julia? That's the question I want to know.
Hello there.
Hello, Julia.
Yay, you can hear me. Hello, Alan.
Yeah, I can hear you as well. Yes, I mean, I guess my phone is software is corrupted because we couldn't even find the necessary functions to completely reset the thing. And then they gave up and said, yeah, but we can solve your specific problem at our end, and it'll take 72 hours for the information to seep through globally. I thought, what are they talking about?
Sink through globally. That sounds quite mad, doesn't it? So just explain to the lovely viewer where you are based.
I'm in Texas at the moment.
In Texas?
I'm waiting. I've been here about Texas, and in COVIDville. And I am trying to get my vaccinations done so I can travel back to my new home back in England. But I've got to do some checking with their helpline. I think Texas did have some IT problems with its registration system.
So how long have you been in Texas? You're living there, aren't you? And then you're moving back. Is that it?
Yes, yeah, I've been here about 20 years. I married a lady over here, and after a long while, that didn't work out. So I stayed on here while my daughter had independently moved out about 15 years ago, and I was staying on here while she was still here with her 2 children, and she made it back to England in May just in time to avoid having to isolate, so she was able to move around and find somewhere to live and report to her new employer that she was in place and all that. So it was a mad panic at the time, particularly with respect to passport offices not functioning, and they needed them.
Right.
But she made it back, and
you're
she
still
is
waiting.
A teacher, so yeah. Well, I'm waiting for my vaccinations now.
Yes.
I almost I had a little interruption to my plans before Christmas with a bit of cancer I wanted cleared up before getting back to England, because I know the hospital was in a bit of a...
I love the way you just go, had a bit of cancer, I just wanted that cleared up. You just...
it's just not there.
Mop it up.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Dab, dib.
Yeah, that's right. I thought when I started to get a whole series of these things that it was the Texas sun, because I was working partially outdoors. But according to the dermatologist, no, you did all this to yourself in your youth with your being out and about playing tennis and golf and on the beach before sunblock was invented. So Texas just exacerbated the problem. I've had about 7 of these things now.
Oh, gosh.
And it's, it's just a bit of, and I got a little bit of an infection in it. And then I was talking to a friend of mine who's a PhD in viruses with decades of experience. He's a British chap who lives here in Texas. And he said to me, why on earth do you take the risk of travelling before you've had the vaccination? So I thought, well, that makes sense.
And will it matter? I mean, if you have the vaccination over where you are, how many different? Because I think we've got the 3 different vaccinations over here. We've got the Pfizer one, the AstraZeneca, and I don't know what is the other one, the Russian one, or would that not passed anything?
No, we've got Moderna, which is American.
Moderna, that's right. So does it?
And we've only got 2 there.
Oh, you've only got 2.
2 approved. That's right. They didn't approve, and I'm not going to look at it again until more testing is done, I think,
right,
for the Oxford vaccine, AstraZeneca. And they had ordered enough vaccine from them for half the population of the country.
Of America?
Then they had a mad scramble. Yeah.
God, it's amazing
America's...
it's amazing that they can manage to get enough vaccines manufactured. It must be coming out by the ton. And then they're shipping it around the world. But my question was, if you have whatever one you have over there, have you got to get the corresponding second shot from over here?
I would be inclined to wait for both of them, although they are talking over here, as they are there, of leaving it 12 weeks instead of 3.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
are they?
My goodness, it'll almost be 20 years. But yeah, I think in... the UK, I did hear them say they couldn't guarantee that your second one would be the same vaccine.
Well, that's really weird. I wonder how that, is that compatible? It's like watching a film halfway on VHS and then watching another one on Betamax, or...
Well, yeah, I mean, we're still learning. Well, I think it was Moderna because they were Moderna and Pfizer being the 2 approved ones here. The government had to go to them to see if they could replace the ones they're not getting from AstraZeneca.
Yeah.
And the Moderna said, the chap from Moderna said, I think it'll have the same effect if we give you 2 half doses. So that's one possible way of speeding it up. But of course, now the 2 that they have are not, I don't think, supplying out of stock anymore. I think they're supplying as they manufacture it. So the USA isn't going to get what it wants until July.
Presumably, though. Sorry to interrupt you. It just suddenly occurred to me that
Yeah.
There you are, having lived in America for 20 years, and you're coming back. So you're still a British citizen, presumably, are you?
Oh yes, I never gave that up. I'm not
No,
an
so
American
I mean, you'll
citizen,
still
just
be
a-
on the NHS, will you? You'll still be on there. You haven't got to like re-register.
Well,
Because how does that work? Because there you are coming in, and suddenly everybody's wanting this vaccine and having a slot, and you're coming and going, well,
I wonder about that.
I've already had some of it.
Yeah.
I'm from Texas, but originally
Yeah,
I'm British. Boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. That's why one of the reasons why I think of having a second one here as well.
Oh, right. Have you got to wait then? 12 weeks extra?
No, I think so far they've been giving it just with the 3 week.
Right. Oh, okay.
And Texas has done 1 million vaccinations, I think, and is in the lead, but it's second biggest state, I think.
Well, there's no point.
There's
no point coming. There's no point rushing to get back to the UK because we're not doing anything, and the weather is grim. So you may as well stay out there in that lovely Tex and get off your horse and eat your drink, milk your cow, whatever. Enjoy the sunshine and the warmth because you'll only come back to stone cold, freezing winter here, and you won't have been used to English.
That's right. And I can some days I can get out and do my hobby, which is playing disc golf.
Is playing
which
what?
Is very nice. I love that. Disc golf. You heard of that?
No.
Well, it's like golf, except you're throwing something which is like a frisbee, and the target is a large basket made with metal chains. But
so it's nothing like golf, then, really.
Much, well, you start from you've got a target, and you start from what they call a tee. And I'm going to get, and I think there's only one course in London, which is in Purley at one of the fitness centres.
Right.
I'm not sure how I'm going to be getting around in the UK yet. They might not let me drive there, which would be quite sensible on their part. I can get around by car in Texas because they're so lax. They allow you to drive yourself to your own funeral.
My God, that's awful. We'll keep off the roads, Julia, won't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, and the other thing, of course, is I'll be living near my son, and I wouldn't want him to. I wouldn't want to meet him coming in the other direction.
No.
He's a maniac.
Well, listen, Alan. Alan, it's lovely to talk. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to cut it down because we've got a couple of videos to go and one more bit of art.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But thank you so
I'm glad
much.
You went to the phones because I saw you had a full show. That's fantastic. Carry on. Cheers for now.
Take care. Look after yourself, and thanks for the info.
Lovely to hear from you again, Alan.
All right. and you. Bye.
Bye. There we go.
Joseph wave.
Bye.
Alan Sandell there, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Texas, and he's waiting to come back to the jolly old UK. How lovely is that? So you've got a little visitor there, Julia.
I have two.
Oh, two. Where's the other one?
Elijah and Emerald, or Emerald. And
Oh, yes, sorry, Emerald's dark on my screen, but yes, the cat, of course.
She's a black cat.
She's a
Yeah, we
black
can
cat.
see that. I did that last week. So
Yeah.
She's a black cat. No, yeah. She's a black cat.
As opposed to a marmalade cat that you would spread on your toast.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to do
I
that.
don't have a marmalade cat. Actually.
No, maybe you should get one.
Well, my mother has a marmalade and white cat.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
Does she spread the marmalade cat on her toast?
No,
Like Paddington?
She doesn't. But it's called Tammy, though, and it's Emerald's niece.
Oh, right. Good. Emerald's niece. Oh, yes, because a lot of your cats are sort of into bread, aren't they?
Into bread, no.
Or are they into toast? Marmalade on anyway, never mind all that. Right, thanks very much for all the comments coming in. We've got running out of time again, so we're going to quickly play a video. We've got 2 videos to go. So I'm going to give you a toss-up, Julia.
Okay.
V or C? Oh, no, hang on. We've got M or V. M or V.
M or V. We'll go for V.
V. Okay. V is the next one in the video box, which will be Vince Quill.
Yeah.
Reckons that having been a couch potato for a long time, He is going to become the $6 million man. Better than he was, fitter than he was. They can rebuild him and get up to 5K. Now, we're only in 720p as we broadcast this, not even 1080p, not even 4K. But he is going to get to 5K. And he goes like this.
Count to 5K at 50. Plus, quitting smoking.
Well, I'm turning 50 in, about 10 weeks or so. Apart from the fact that that just does not compute. The only time I feel my age is when I walk past a mirror and I think the house is being burgled by some old, bald, bearded bloke. But never mind, it's happening. As a result, I've decided to quit smoking and get a bit fitter. I'm taking the NHS programme, Couch to 5K, and I'm using that as a graduated guide into getting up to 5K as a starting position, hopefully without injury and hopefully leading up to running a 5K on or around my birthday. Here's week 1. Okay, so yeah, just back in after the first day of Couch to 5K. Oh boy, a lot of work to do. It's only 8 minutes of running in total. But yeah, I mean, it can seem like an awfully long time when you haven't done it for a while. Never mind. On to tomorrow. What a different world. It was only 2 days ago we did the first run. I didn't run as fast. And it was an absolute pleasure. I mean, this is me literally just in from it. And yes, I'm a little puffed. But I'm not breathless. I'm not, dying like I was on the first one. So if you've attempted this and you've done the first one and you were dying, slow down. It's not actually a race. So yeah, very pleased with today. Very pleased. Okay, that's week 1 completed. The third run done. Yeah, I felt myself struggling for breath more to start with. Maybe it was because it was colder, or maybe I was just a bit tense. However, the run progressed. I even added an extra minute's worth of running on the end, which, naughty, but that's how good it felt. So, yeah, strange and miraculous if you ask me, but we'll see what week 2 brings. It steps it up just slightly. So a day's rest tomorrow, or possibly even do the stretch and strengthen exercises. We'll see. Bye.
Well, have you ever tried running, Julia? You need to unmute yourself.
Dang! Yeah, I have tried running. And in fact, when I was in junior school near Warsash in Lockheath, why I said that's no point, I was trained by Chris Akabusi.
Chris Akabusi, what, off the world records with what was the name of the program with Roy Castle?
I can't remember that either. I had no idea.
Well, Record Breakers.
Yeah, that's
if you want to be the best, if you want to wear a vest.
I had no idea who he was when I first joined the athletics club, but because his daughters went to this, were going to my school, and he'd said, "Oh, I'll do an athletics club with them."
Yeah.
So and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm into that. I want to do that." So I did.
Wow, how about that?
And I loved him. I think he's brilliant. His ears are tiny though.
Are they?
Yeah.
He could hear you though, could he?
Oh, he could hear perfectly.
Yeah, we
well.
can definitely hear you. So well done, Vince. What an amazing achievement. There's so many questions I want to ask about, because I've tried running. I never got on with it. Cycling, I quite like cycling. And I used to do a lot of cycling as a kid. I used to go and cycle to see my father. He wouldn't come and pick me up, and he lived 20 miles away, so I would cycle up to see him and then cycle back, so I'd do 40 miles just to see my dad. I wouldn't do it now. He's dead. But yeah, it was. One of the questions was: is that 8 miles every day that week, or are you increasing? Not 8 miles, 8 minutes. It's like day one. Run 8 miles. Fudge cakes, mate. Fudge cakes. Ken Hodges. No, not lightly. 8 miles. 8 minutes. And how do you know when 8 minutes is up? I mean, I know you can time yourself. He says, looking at a hairless watch. But if you haven't got your circuit right, you've got to walk back, haven't you? Better to sort of run, unless you just go round the block for 8 minutes. I haven't thought this through. Sorry about that. Elijah is so sweet, says Josephine Suitor even. 8 miles. 8 miles every 8 minutes. Oh, 8 miles every. So 8 minutes off. Now another 8 miles. 8 minutes off. Another 8 miles. And when you said a whole day of running, that's what put me off. It's like you've only got to do those 8 minutes one day. And then was it every other day? Because you said in the video, this is where I got confused. You said in the video it was 2 days ago, didn't you? Anyway, it's boring, but I do feel fitter, says Kerry Baldwin. How much running do you do, Kerry? Oh, she may have said, I'm shielding to do indoor walking round and round, 2 miles most. Indoor walking? What, in your house? How can you? I mean, what?
I think you need to do some more armchair walks, Richard. You know, the silent ones where you just play a little bit of music or something, and or hear the
just the atmosphere.
While you're walking.
Yeah, Vince.
So you can watch them whilst they're doing their walking inside.
Swimming is my thing, says Rasputin of Artington, and he says try to do 1 kilometre each session until they closed the pool because of lockdown. I couldn't get out. It was a shame. I tried climbing out the window, so in the end I stayed in the water all the time. He didn't say that bit. I made that last bit up. Ed Loud said, hang on. Ed Loud says gave up with all that keep fit malarkey after that ruddy marathon, pushing Grandad in his wheelchair, decided it wasn't for me. Yeah, but this time you wouldn't be pushing Grandad, would you? Every day it increases weekly. Oh, right. Yeah. I could do
every other day, and it increases weekly.
Oh, I see. So you get a day to sort of the body to go, oh, thank Christ for that. Oh, goodness. Oh, no, not today. No, not today. No, Josephine, not today.
Must admit, I'd rather cycle than run.
Yeah, I'm not. The thing about running is, I mean, I know some people who run. Well, Harriet now runs, but you always hear these people going, it's my knees. I used to go running when I was younger, and now I've buggered up my knees. And the last thing I want to do is bugger up my legs in any way. I like the fact that I can move around, so I certainly don't want to do that. And so I'd like to hear from old runners who've buggered up their legs to tell me that it's not something to be doing, so I don't feel guilty at not doing it. Because I'm walking. I love walking. And that's okay. You know, climbing the downs is good because that gets you a bit of stuff. But, you know, running, I suppose, is getting the cardiovascular stuff going. I'd say that slowly because I couldn't quite work out how to say it fast. We have... we've run out of time, so we must crack on. But that was fascinating. Julia, can we do your art on the next one?
Yeah, whenever. Like I said, it was just for fun if we've got time. So
yeah.
At all.
Okay, so we got one more video. Thank you. I mean, I don't want to. We'll get it in next time.
Before we do the video, could I just say
quickly,
that in Dan's Doodles bit we did, that is his beret, and he was in the reserves. Was called the Territorial Army back then.
Ah, I see. So, are you telling me that the TA is now the reserves?
I think so.
All right, that's interesting.
Yes,
Didn't know that.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And also he says thank you very much for all the lovely comments.
Well, it was lovely to see it, and thank you so much to Dan for letting us see the art. It's very much.
Yeah, I'm really, really grateful you let me show you off.
Fantastic. Yeah, and Julia is very proud. Very proud.
Of course I am.
Of course you are.
My cousin, known as Mr. Baby.
That's right, I see a little baby, little tiny baby. I know there's a baby.
Little baby lying by the fire. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live on your television, right all the way from Texas. No, this isn't actually all the way from Texas. This is out in a field somewhere. It's Mike Stevens, and he tells us that an oak tree has feelings.
You know, everyone, there's an old saying, every picture tells a story, and this tree has a story to tell. Look at it, it starts off as a normal tree, and then it bends away, and bends away, and bends away. And I've noticed this in other trees as well. Why is this happening? Well, the answer is above. The canopy of oak. It is almost like it senses it can't get any higher. So it bends over to find the light. And the light, as you can see, is coming from over there. I've seen this all over the country. Trees must have feelings or senses as this happens. This tree has its own story, and maybe people like Richard Jefferies have walked along this way because he only lived 5 minutes away. So, the feelings of an oak tree. And I apologise if this isn't an oak tree, but the bending of the branches there. And the beautiful canopy. The story of an oak that wanted to grow but couldn't because of the trees above it, so it had to adapt and modify to continue its journey along its way. So Mike signing off. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.
There we go. How about that? An oak tree. I'm trying to work out if you'd kept the camera a little bit stiller on the leaves, could have seen if it was an ilex. Or a holly. Look a bit sort of. I was a bit cross between the two. Actually, did you work it out, Julia?
No, I couldn't quite see either.
But yeah, I mean, they've got to get to the light, haven't they? And so sometimes you see them bending because it's the wind that has just kept them. The prevailing wind has just sort of knocked them over. You see that on the downs with many of the hawthorns. They're sort of, they've grown and the wind has just curved them into that amazing shape. And others, we've seen branches. There's that famous, it's famous to us, that branch on the forest. What forest is it? The Leonard's Forest that we went walking on, Julia. And there was the beech tree with that one branch that goes out horizontal for about 25 feet, and then it starts going up because that's where the hole in the canopy was.
That's the tree I like to call the elephant beech.
Yeah, and that's the tree has made a decision. It's gone, I can't see, this branch is coming out, so I'm going to grow and keep growing. And it's this long-term plan that I'm going to grow right out there and then start going up.
And then found a ray of light and
it did it. And I think trees have that sort of long planning in their wisdom because but then it knows that's life is slow for them. That's their time scale.
Mike Stevens says it was an ilex, so it was a quercus ilex.
A quercus ilex, a holm oak.
Yes, because ilex is actually holly. So if you just say ilex, it's just holly.
Yeah. So there we are. An ilex.
Is quercus.
Yeah. So a holm oak or
a note something.
Yeah, well done. And as you say, it's from the holly. So that's it. But lovely nice to see your enthusiasm, Mike, out and about. Presumably, was that on Ilex Avenue or whatever it's called? Ilex, what's it called? All round in Goring Way, isn't it? Jeffrey Harrison says, I would love to go walking, but I gave my boots away. Oh, no, don't say that. Don't. I won't come and pick them up. It wasn't the wind, it was the canopy of trees growing above, which it could sense and altered its growth to suit. Yes, no, I'm just saying that some horse... I wasn't saying that one. What's that banging going on? Is that little Joe?
Yeah,
that's Jojo.
Oh, we better see Joe before we go. We better see Joe before we go. We better see Joe now before we go. Here he is, he's a so-and-so. You better see Joe before we go. Come on in, Joe. Get dancing.
Hi.
There he, look at that. There he is. Look.
don't get the starting music.
Then stand up, stand up. Stand on your feet. Oh, you little monkey. He's not going to dance.
Just
You want to dance, monkey? Hey, hey, hey. Dance for me, dance for me,
don't
dance
rip
for
them
me. Oh, 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 oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. Yeah, that's about it. That's not very elaborate dancing for Joe. He gets some real moves going. Not today.
Ah, not them.
Anyway, lovely to see little Joe doing his thing. Thank you so much for coming on, Julia, and being part of the show.
My pleasure.
But we are over time, and sorry we've only managed to take one phone call, but thank you so much for the videos and for the noise. And also to the lovely people out there who've been typing away. Thank you for the art that always adds a sort of a new je ne sais quoi to the show and makes us all feel inadequate, which is a shame. And thanks for watching. If you've watched, if you've given us a like and a thumbs up, that's brilliant. Thank you for that. Hope you've enjoyed it. And back again on Wednesday for more fun and games. Perhaps what we probably need to just do the art one day a week, I think, because if it's on every, it will get a bit.
We might have to restrict it, yeah.
Yeah, restrict it like stuff. Yeah, then we can get more phone calls or something. So we may have to, just work it all out. But anyway, thank you ever so much. Very kind of you to come in. Look after yourselves. Be good. There's a video for you tomorrow, of course, from the Balding Explorer. There'll be a naked Englishman, and I think it's going to rain here tomorrow, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably have to dig a hole and get in it. But Julia, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming along with the little Elijah in the background, all wrapped up, nice and warm. He looks with his hat on.
Yeah, he's wearing my scarf and hat.
Oh, there we are. Is it cold in there then?
No, he wanted to dress up like me.
Oh, fair enough. That's all good. And little Joe in the background.
As the TLJ. The TLJ? I just did that thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, that's it. Take care, lovely people. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been great. Say goodbye, Julia.
Bye, Julia.
Bye. Bye, Julia. There we are, lovely Julia there. Thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks to Judith, of course, for being out there with the big blue spanner, banging people over the head who've not behaved themselves. But from Julia and I, have a good night, and good night. Good night. Bye-bye.